Jacksonville prior to arriving at Howard. And when he took the Howard job, Michelle Collier was hired at Jacksonville to replace him. First point belongs to the Yellow Jackets. Bianca Bertolino gets the scoring going for the white and gold.
It started with a great serve, so Bianca Bertolino ready at the net, but you see the service game. D'Amico just lighten it up for that overpass.
Tough serve there. On a tee for Mogridge, she goes back corner. Perfect placement there by the transfer from North Carolina.
Last night we saw the middles not get involved in the offense, and you can see early on, Georgia Tech knows they're going to need that middle attack for the remainder of season. So starting off in the first set, going to Mogridge.
And a swing from the middle, speak of it, Simone Woodard. She collects the first point for Howard.
Yes, all the yeses right there. Sticking a pass, you know you want to go with power. Woodard going up on a 1-2 fast set. There you go, Diaz setting it up.
Yeah, now the junior who had 22 kills in 3 matches last weekend serves. D'Amico to Mendez, and she works it off the right side of the block for her first kill. Mendez led the Jackets with 12 kills, 6 digs, and 3 blocks. A complete match for her. Tamara Otene, the only other Yellow Jacket in double figures, she had 13. Hard serve from Bertolino. Diaz goes cross court to McKinnon, and she hits the back corner. Boy, Ryan McKinnon, arguably the most talented player in the entire conference and one of the most talented in the country. So McKinnon, sophomore preseason player of the year selection, wearing number 9 in white. Diaz serving and a touch long. Point Tech.
Yeah, when you can get McKinnon the ball in the offense early and often, when Howard passes well, they are strong offensively. Coach Kupferberg knows it's about the pass, but right now on the service line, Georgia Tech's looking great.
Diaz goes backside. McKinnon, a big swing. Played over by Mogridge. This time it's Bolden. Bump set. Otene gets it to fall on the Howard side of the net.
A little off-speed shot by Otene going high into the hands. You almost want to watch the swing early on, but going off into the middles, high hands catching the tool up.
She had 13 kills last night, but only a hitting percentage below 100. And that time it's Maya Gerlach, who's had a couple of double-digit kill efforts this season. Junior from Philadelphia.
Such a strong, Howard has the ability to go one-on-one. Diaz doing a great job getting multiple hitters involved.
Long serve that time from McKinnon.
How fun already. We're seeing great hits, good service game.
It's hard to believe it's September 16th, and this is the first official match at O'Keefe Gymnasium. Yellow Jackets spent the first 3 weekends on the road, played in the basketball gym last night. D'Amico on the slide to Pierce. And we got a violation there against Howard. It's going to go against Maya Gerlach. Point Georgia Tech.
You can see Coach Collier talking about the game plan, getting the middles involved. You saw D'Amico go to Mogridge, this one going to Pierce. Middle attack is strong because it opens up everything else later down the road.
And a service ace that time from Larissa Mendez, freshman from Brazil. She's made quite the impression her first month as a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. And a timeout on the floor. Georgia Tech has won 8 games. Stuck out to you.
And you can see the comfort level here today. Georgia Tech just getting a good run because it starts with their service game. Playing in a new arena, a different arena, sometimes you get tight or just get a little depth perception off, but Georgia Tech looking strong on that service line. Today, coming up with an ace on cue is Mendez.
That's her second ace in this turn at the service line. We pointed out Georgia Tech, they gave up 9 service aces last night in that loss to UGA. That serve is long. And Howard brings Simone Woodard back onto the floor. And this will be Claire Simpson serving for the Bison. Otene off speed. Quick reaction that time by Bria Woodard. And that attack is long. As Larissa Mendez pulls a little matrix action there, ducking the head.
Yeah, I was like matrix or dodgeball. Yes. Just a little duck left, like, hey, I'll get out of the way for that long ball.
Now Tamara Otene, second-year Yellow Jacket, transfer from Illinois State. Oh, big swing from the middle. Simone Woodard, backside pass to Mendez. A left-hand jab from Bolden. Bolden again, a preseason all-conference selection, trying to get her going here. Didn't play opening weekend. Longest rally of this match so far. Bolden, a running start. Oh, what an effort from Pimentel. But Jennifer Bolden collects the kill.
This is the advantage of having a lefty on that right side. So out of system balls, a left-handed player can get wide, attack different spots on the court. Just a little change up down the line on Pimentel to drop that. If you look at the matchup right now, you have front row setter Diaz for Howard in the front row against Bianca Bertolino. That's a good matchup of height for Georgia Tech and power, even though Diaz gets up on that block.
Amari Patterson serving for Howard, an overpass. Bria Woodard that time with the kill. And as we've mentioned already, Bria and Simone Woodward, the twins. Bria working on the outside and the right side, Simone in the middle. Out of Missouri City, Texas in their junior seasons. D'Amico, middle, Pierce blocked. Back row, Mendez, she's got it, finding the floor again. Her second kill.
One thing about the way Mendez swings, she doesn't make that many errors. She's able to adjust to any set going up, has ball control with her hand shot, going to that deep corner and getting seam right between two defenders.
I think that's something that's really captured the attention of everyone on the Yellow Jacket staff as Mogridge picks up a kill on an overpass. But Mendez, her accuracy, I mean, the power's one thing, but she just doesn't have many missed hits on those big swings.
It's incredible for how young she is, the ability to adjust. So a ball's high, different tempo of an approach, she's got it, and the hand control to put the ball away.
Crisscross, D'Amico, Otene from the back, dribbles over the tape. McKinnon says, I'll do you one better. Ryan McKinnon, perhaps the most exciting player on the floor today. Leads the MEAC in kills per set. She's got 4 double-doubles this year, and that's her second kill today.
You know, Wiley, if I wasn't calling this match right now, I would just show up to watch McKinnon play. She's your freshman and player of the year from the MEAC last season. Just a fun player to watch, much like Bianca Bertolino for Georgia Tech. Just hits the ball with so much power and authority. Good volleyball in front of us today.
Team captain for the Yellow Jackets, Bertolino, in her 3rd season. D'Amico, the other team captain, serving. Where will she go? Back to Bertolino. Mogridge, dropping the hammer of Thor.
Otene from middle back, sticking a pass right on the money, going to the corner, and then Mogridge getting that middle offense going with D'Amico, her setter.
And already Mogridge has more kills in this match than she did all of last night. Bertolino stapled. Nice work. Kayla Diaz helping out on the block there from the center position.
Diaz getting up. This is not her first rodeo. When people want to go over her, she's like, I got the great lineup. This is my senior year. I can set up on you. I'm a high jumper, and then I can take you one-on-one if needed.
Yeah, listed at just 5'7", she got up. Tight to the net. Too tight, in fact. Point to Howard as D'Amico couldn't keep it out of the net. So Simone Woodard. She missed 4 of the first 6 matches for Howard, but as we said, played all last weekend, really started to find her stride. She's an integral part to this Howard offense. And Larissa Mendez makes quick work of that set.
That's what we're talking about with Mendez. So out of the hands of D'Amico going fast, it went a little faster than Mendez was expecting. Mendez sped up her approach, able to cut the ball off.
Yeah, those freshman of the week honors have come each of the last 2 weeks.
Woo!
That one around a rafter and back down. Boger is trying to catch Howard out of sync, and they were. Point goes to Georgia Tech. Coach Kupferberg not happy with that. And that's been some of the communication issues that Howard has had really this season. And the number Coach Kupferberg wants to see improve this weekend and today is the efficiency. They just cannot not make as many mistakes. Oh my gosh. D'Amico to Otene. Pancake! McKinnon pounds the floor. Otene goes cross court, and she got some hands. She did, and I beg your pardon. They initially ruled she got hands, right? No?
I think, well, the effort.
Yeah, here's the pancake.
And the little save, that could be a challenge for the. Way to fight for it, McKinnon. You sell it all day. You got under that ball, you fight for that ball.
So the point goes to Howard. That serves off the mark that time to Diaz.
Coach Kupferberg knows what this match is. It's all about the prep for that tournament in the MEAC, the season conference tournament later on. You got to play tough teams if you want to beat tough teams in your conference.
Boy, and have they ever this year. Speaking of pancakes, there's a Liv Mogridge flapjack. In the middle, still alive. Gerlach didn't know where it was. And Mendez gets it on the high hands. Point Georgia Tech. But to your point, Keely, Howard, they've played 4 Power 5 teams already. Rutgers from the Big Ten, NC State in the ACC, Virginia in the ACC, Maryland in the Big Ten. They've got Georgia Tech this weekend, Georgia tomorrow out of the SEC. It has been a gauntlet for Coach Kupferberg's club. That's probably why they have that 3-6 record along with the injuries.
I love what Coach Kupferberg talked about. He said he met with his players to schedule the preseason, and the players say, we want to play the best so we can beat the best.
Gonna go to Bolden with the left, and she's got it. Another kill for Jennifer Bolden, and she's really been at the top of that list of players. They're excited to get back after missing the first couple weekends.
Coach Kupferberg knows what he's getting with Bolden, pure energy and fight. She's a player that doesn't look at the score, but just goes hard every single ball while she's on the court.
Now Ryan McKinnon. Mendez. Good dig by Claire Simpson. Ooh, and speaking of communication errors, there's one for Georgia Tech. They went to D'Amico, and nobody was there to fill in.
Yeah, that was a turn and play. Coach Collier happy with her defensive effort, but it's going to take that extra effort on every ball, even that turn and play ball, because Howard is coming.
Into the net from McKinnon. You know, one of the keys for Coach Kupferberg when it comes to Ryan McKinnon is just controlling those emotions, Keely. She is, you know, not just the first name at the top of the scouting report for her opponent. She's the first 3 or 4 names over and over. Don't let McKinnon beat us. And she has to find a way to work around that extra attention and keep swinging not as emotionally at times. Bertolino's blocked. Bolden, she loves that running start too. Again towards the net, racing, she flutters it through. Jen Bolden has come out hot for Howard.
Taking a tight ball that was going over and beating the block to touch the ball first. That's a way to just redirect into a seam. Such a competitor.
Simpson with a soft serve. And an impressive dig. Bria Woodard's got another point for Howard, and here come the Bison. They've cut it to 4.
Howard is loving this effort. High into the hands, you work in different shots, seam, whatever it takes. You stay together, stay in the match.
Otene trying to go line. Didn't find the hands either, and Howard's showing a little bit of punch here. Georgia Tech wants to take a timeout, Keely.
You love what you're seeing.
For their foreign tour this coming summer. They're trying to go to Zimbabwe and Botswana.
I bet the woman on the right went to the game last night because I'm yawning as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Being from watching that game last night.
Deandra Pierce. Her second kill of the match. That was a loud one, and it stops a 3-0 run for Howard.
You know, long term, you're going to need middle offense, so it's nice to see out of a timeout, Coach Collier reminded her team, hey, let's get our middles involved, just like the scouting report.
Bolden. Good block by Simone Woodard. Slow that down from Pierce. Bertolino.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And into the second row of the press area.
Excellent effort running that down, trying to get that play, but it was Georgia Tech getting the middle involved early, and then the second one, which is a free ball, the middle held with Pierce, and then Bianca Bertolino able to get a seam and go off those hands.
Well, between Mogridge and Pierce combined, they've got 5 kills, Keely. That's a real step in the right direction for Georgia Tech's middle. They got 5 kills on 6 swings for that matter. And that one just lands on the Bison side of the net. So point Georgia Tech, and they're back in control of this second set. Yellow Jackets with wins overall.
And the fun part with the offense this year is that there's more offensive options. You had Mendez on the right side. You have Bianca Bertolino and Otene in their comfort positions of the outside attack.
So Otene serving. Diaz to the middle, and Simone Woodard. And they'll say that I think Woodard on her way down crossed over the center line. So point Georgia Tech.
That's a solid block touch even from Pierce, just to get up, take it one-on-one.
Pimentel will have to set it. And Bertolino wanted the hand, she got the call. And it is set point for Georgia Tech.
Smiles all around. Bianca Bertolino taking that high rip into the hands. That ball, if it did not touch hands, it would have gone to the back wall. But fortunately, she was going for the high hands and got it.
Fans on their feet here at O'Keefe Gymnasium. The first match inside this building this year. The Yellow Jackets have been close to unbeatable the last few seasons. Diaz to Bolden. She keeps it alive for Howard and Keeley. You mentioned about trying to use other offensive options. Jen Bolden's been the featured swinger in this first set, not Ryan McKinnon.
It's been a nice matchup because you see the block for Georgia Tech, always thinking about Woodard out there or McKinnon. So Bolden getting some action on that left hand, right side.
Amari Patterson serving. Diaz flips it over. Kayla Diaz, 99th kill of her career in 5 years at Howard.
One thing you'll love when you watch Howard is that nobody's playing the score. Diaz is just playing hard, making something on every single point. You love that type of effort you're seeing from Howard today.
Howard hitting over 230 in this first set. Georgia Tech around 285 or so. That serve is long, and the first set belongs to Georgia Tech. Well, the 10th extra. At the moment, we get the second set started between Georgia Tech and Howard. And the first point running through Bianca Bertolino. McKinnon, she's blocked. And the point goes to Georgia Tech. They'll say 4 touches that time.
You saw the serve receive pass to start, it went over. I was like, okay, Howard's gonna pull this off, but just McKinnon catching that net on the swing.
And look at this jump serve from Bianca Bertolino. Man, that is some power. And Simone Woodard blocked by Otene.
Pretty impressive to stick the pass on that serve. That ball was right at the hands of Diaz to try to get that fast set going.
Otene's been quiet so far. She led Georgia Tech with 13 kills last night. Diaz, McKinnon, point Tech. And that's the attention we're talking about there, Keely. Georgia Tech and every other opponent that Howard faces this year knows their number one priority has to be block off number 9.
Yeah, find her. Number 9, you go right at her. And Mogridge with a nice close to Mendez with the solid wall. Wow.
Overpass. D'Amico, Mogridge, point Yellow Jackets.
There you go, Georgia Tech. That's the offense. I love it. Making something for Mogridge to be successful. It's a 3-set going to the deep corner with that kill.
4-0 run to begin the second set. Player of the year and All-American, one of the best players in school history. And the playbook has changed, but to this point it's been quite successful as they spread those opportunities among Ote, Bertolino, and Mendez. Point Howard. A lot going on there.
Insane how Howard on the last 2 serves by Bertolino able to stick a pass. That ball was serve received off the chest, yet it was on the setter's hands on the money. Impressive.
Can you teach that, how to receive a pass off your chest?
The best thing that Howard did was not move.
Yes.
So a lot of times it's just like a bunt in baseball instead of a swing. So if you just cut it off and you have a pretty still body on the contact, you'll get a solid redirect. But if you try to swing on that, it's like good luck, that's how you shank it.
Yeah, too many things can go wrong when you start moving. The ball's moving enough. Mendez with the right hammer. Point Georgia Tech.
Mendez at 6'2", and her arm extension makes her even longer. She has 3.68 kills per set this season, and just right now able to make shots. Got a little inside of that set going in the inside of that middle blocker.
5 kills on 10 swings. Little miscommunication there. D'Amico had to recover quickly. Maya Gerlach flushes it.
Just hungry for anything close to the net. Gerlach says, give me a second effort. I'm going to come right back at you. No, you don't. Going straight down.
Junior's playing some of the best volleyball in her Howard career. She was the MEAC's Defensive Player of the Week on opening weekend as that serves into the net from Mogridge.
This is a good rotation. Howard is rotating back Diaz, and coming to the front row is Bolden yet again. Good offense right now. If they can get us transition and stop, they're back in this.
I beg your pardon, they obviously gave that last point to Georgia Tech. There must have been a violation there maybe on Gerlach. What a swing from Larissa Mendez.
Mendez, right before she goes to serve, asked her setter, hey, I'm open. Going for the line shot on that swing. Good offense today by Mendez.
From Fortaleza, Brazil. It's up in the northeast corner of the country. Well, we talk a lot about that pipeline Georgia Tech has in Brazil. And, you know, you start looking at the hometowns of players like Paula Pimentel, Larissa Mendez. They're really not that close to each other. I mean, Brazil, from a square mile standpoint, one of the 5 largest countries in the world, behind only the U.S., Canada, China, and Russia. A lot of chaos on this side and flat-footed. Maya Gerlach really had no choice, but Keely, if you haven't been down to Brazil, you don't really have an appreciation for, you just think, oh, they're all from Brazil, they know each other, but that's not the case. As you see Claudio Pinheiro, Vinny Baigon, they're the assistant coaches also from Brazil. I mean, there's no wonder there's so much talent coming out of Brazil. The country is massive.
And recruiting is all about relationships. So you connect with the right people, and especially you have a 2-time Olympian assistant coach with Claudio Pinheiro. Coach Collier played all through Brazil, made her way a successful outside hitter at South Florida. So you just have a pipeline, you just continue to build relationships. And then going to the Elite 8 a couple years ago, not too shabby when you know you can go there, improve your game in a winning program.
Bianca Bertolino, what a save by Bolden. Man, that was impressive. And Bertolino says, oh, shucks, I'll do it again.
Oh, wow. They're making Bertolino work for every single kill. Bolden running off, trying to make that save back. Great effort. That's the scoop back. Beautifully done. And then Bertolino goes, okay, fine. I'm just going to throw a little off speed in the seam, straight down.
Running strike from Bria Woodard. And Liv Mogridge, Liv Mogridge. She's got 6 cents knowing where that back corner is open.
To develop a setter-middle connection, it does take time. So it's a long season. Yes, Georgia Tech had an upset. It hurt straight to the heart yesterday for them. And now Mogridge getting that middle contact looks good today.
Bolden with the left. Great dig from Diaz. Simpson has to set. And that attack wide left from Woodard that time. Bria Woodard.
Such a smart play. When you didn't have the shot, just tip and take the setter Diaz out of the offense.
Otene with a dig off Bria Woodard's shot. And Larissa Mendez, the perfect angle as she clips the back line.
You think of a freshman, you think, oh, she'll.
And he stressed, I mean, those decisions were as much about the individual players as anybody. What was right for them. And, you know, you talk to him, you get a chance to watch warm-ups and practice, and there's a lot of smiling going on. And a lot of winning going on with Howard Volleyball right now. Got a new facility opening up in about 5 or 6 weeks. Practice facility, that should be a game changer for them. Liv Mogridge from the middle. Bludgeons another one.
A nice addition to the offense for Georgia Tech is Mogridge. So altogether, when you can recruit top players to your program as you try to develop, get back to the top of the nation, it's players like Mogridge that would buy in right away. Solid player.
Paula Pimentel serving. Simone Woodard picking up another kill. She was a second team All-MEAC selection as a freshman. Hit over 360 last year, Keely. She's really efficient in that middle position.
When you get a 6'3" player that can move like Simone Woodard, you just know that you're bound for greatness in that middle position.
Amari Patterson serving. D'Amico, Mogridge. And Bria Woodard walled off by Liv Mogridge and Bella D'Amico.
Helps to be 6'4" when Mogridge, a great volleyball player, just took a beautiful close with finished with penetration. D'Amico, number 10 on your screen, with a nice setup for that close.
And blocked that time by Bianca Bertolino. The block for Georgia Tech, a much bigger factor today than it was last night.
Coach Collier talks about the block of Bertolino. She's always in the right place, you know. She's not like the super high. You saw Mogridge almost elbows above the net, but Bertolino sets up and can block one-on-one.
Backside. Patterson has to tap it over. That's a double touch that time on Patterson. Point to Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech is cruising right now, and you see the offense kick over. This is what D'Amico, we highlighted her early on. She's setting a lot more of middles and getting Mendez going on the right side. Not too many attempts have gone to the outside this set.
Big swing, Ryan McKinnon. You're just waiting for her to pounce, and sometimes her best chances might come from the back row.
McKinnon, MEAC's player of the year last season and freshman of the year. Give her the ball. She has the ability to take over a match. You know, you look at the score right now, you're like, you're still in this match. Keep feeding her. I think she can do it with those attacks even on the back row.
Just her third kill today. She had a match earlier this year where she had 30. Looking for another one. Bertolino. Cross court, Mendez. Anybody get there? No. Point Tech.
Mendez so solid in her game. You saw her go up as a tight swing, and just the intelligence to know exactly what shot she should make with that. Instead of going low into the arms, she just took it high off the hands.
Jump serve. Point Tech. How hard is it to execute a serve like that, Keely?
Bertolino is known across now college volleyball for how hard she can do her serve. That's why I was so impressed early on. 2 in a row, Howard stuck, because we're used to seeing the scramble off of a tough serve like that.
Second team All ACC a year ago, had 29 aces in 29 matches. She came into this weekend with 15 aces in just 7 matches. Last night she added 3. And now today, that was her first. One more time, the Argentinian.
Wow.
Overpass. And Mogridge has got it. This is just a tough rotation right now for Howard or anybody. Whenever Bertolino's at the line, it's going to be a battle to try and get her off it.
You just want to watch it over and over. Like, that's pretty when she connects on it. Woo!
It's got to be a little bit of a pit in your stomach if you're on the receiving end and you see that ball floating high in the air and just knowing what's coming, right?
You have to cut it off in such a way, and then it's like a reverse pop, a reverse cushion on your pass just to take off the power so it doesn't shoot over the net.
All right, this one will be playable. But McKinnon is blocked. And the serve receive, that was such a problem for Georgia Tech last night. Now Howard's scrambling a little bit, and that was one of the keys for Coach Kupferberg, not just in this match, but moving forward. Howard's got to work on their passing. And into the net. That's about the only way I felt like she was getting stopped.
Right. How heavy that serve is. It was so nice. She's improved on that serve throughout spring and now adding it on to her next level of senior play.
There's Simpson talking things over with Coach Kupferberg. And a block that time. Maya Gerlach. Junior from Philly.
So smart. Watch how Gerlach said, I know you want to go to that deep corner. You did it twice. I'm going to take away that shot. You're going to have to go inside cut shot to beat me, because that deep corner shot, I'm stuffing it.
That'll be something that she's happy to put on film and film session. Say, look, Coach, I was watching. I was paying attention. That serve is long. For Georgia Tech, close to salting away this second set. Sold out crowds here at O'Keefe. Last night was the first home match. It's also the only match with tickets still available. Everything else is sold out for the rest of the season. McKinnon. Otene's got a tough break there, and she couldn't get it around the pin. Nearly impossible shot that time from Tamara Otene.
Bertolino not happy with her bump set, but right now Howard happy just to get a side out, get the rhythm back. You love to see them figuring out the offense, trying to stop Georgia Tech on that defense.
Diaz, she'll go to Bolden. She goes line and delivers. Man, that was sweet. Little hook shot.
Showing tip, a lot of times when you show tip as an attacker, the defenders will crash. And that's what you saw. Pimentel came up the line, and Bolden went deep on the line shot once she hit that tip with her hand.
You can have a lot of success in this game if you can disguise your intent. McKinnon gets it. Nice little run here for Howard. Ryan McKinnon, that's her 4th kill.
Smart play by McKinnon, and she got blocked early on by Mendez, but came right back at her, showing her she's not scared.
Otene drop an anchor at that 6-foot line.
That's a swing by Otene. You die her a little bit inside. A great pass, giving her a nice set that's flat, not too loopy. Otene loves to go with speed and cracks it. You saw that hand control, such top spin on her ball, connecting with her power of her snap and her arm.
And as you saw, just her 2nd kill today, but she's been active on the defensive end with those 11 digs. Here's Eloisa Suarez.
Ooh.
You see Bianca Bertolino sending it in at about 150 miles an hour, and Suarez Little off-speed serve there.
Playing a little bit of the accordion game and going deep, bringing it in with different servers. Great job, Suarez.
And now set point for the Yellow Jackets, trying to go up 2-0 over Howard. Manyang, her first touch today. And point Howard, Jen Bolden, really coming to her own these last couple of weeks now that she's healthy.
You've just loved watching Bolden, how she competes, looking across the net. Yep, we'll pick you off, coming to play. You love the confidence that you see with Diaz to Bolden on that 1-2 combo.
Fans still on their feet here. And the set belongs to Georgia Tech. Up 2-0. The white and gold
responding today with a high-level play. Coach Collier getting her team locked in on the bounce back says a lot about what's to come in conference play.
In the middle, Gerlach, big swing, better dig by Pimentel. Simpson bump set Bolden. And it's short, point Howard. But to your point, Keely, I mean, Coach Collier talked about it, playing in a bunch of different environments, neutral site, on the road against a top team. Then last night playing in front of a huge crowd and a familiar that's not totally familiar. Meanwhile, Howard, they consider and say they've played in kind of a tinderbox like O'Keefe against a top 10 team. And they've taken the first 2 points of this third set.
This is what you love. Every time I get to call it Howard game, you just love to see the fight. It's just gritty. Coming out, they forget about the score. They are like, every point we're going to play as tough as we can.
Well, if you're not conditioned to do that, there's just no way you're winning your conference year in, year out the way they have.
Exactly. It's a culture that Coach Kupferberg has developed with his players. That whatever happens, we're going to fight, and you love to see that.
Bertolino.
Just love it. You just want to spin. Come on.
Did you ever try and learn a serve like that in your career? You ever try the jump serve? Did you do the jump serve?
Jump float, yes, but
Okay.
you have to hit a ball at like 45 miles per hour or more, a jump topspin serve, for it to be effective. Because if you just hit it about 35 or less, it's just a down ball.
And that was off an air conditioning unit or maybe a speaker system. Either way, still in play. And Mogridge, did she catch hands? She did.
Good, because I just want to see Bertolino serve again. I don't want to wait 6 more rotations. Keep it up. So Bertolino's able, if she hit it softly, like I didn't have that type of heat. I was a setter.
Yeah.
I didn't have that heat. So my type of serve would have been an easy down ball because it's an easy ball, how it spins,
Tumbles, yeah.
comes. But that's why majority players go a floater like a knuckleball in baseball, because it's with the air in the room
Take
really
some of the
hard.
spin. It makes it hard to anticipate
Correct.
as a receiver. Okay.
So Bertolino, the way she just even got that ace, really hard to read because of the pace.
And the jump top spin serve from Bianca Bertolino. She'll keep it going here. And fittingly, it's into the net, so if nothing else, that timeout breaks the rhythm. But Keely, I wanted to follow up one last piece on that serve. I mean, Bianca Bertolino, she's one of the top players in Argentina. She's in her 3rd year of college, and it was just this season that she introduced that type of jump topspin serve. Why is it something that you want to introduce so late in someone's career?
You have to see if a player can hit it at a pace that's going to be effective. Beautiful block right there by Mendez. But a solid serve on a jump topspin, it's got to be hit hard. If you hit it semi-soft, it's just easy to track. You know exactly where the ball is going because it has the top spin. You set up like a down ball and serve receive. That's why the majority of servers, like what we're seeing right now with Mogridge, does a jump float or just on the ground float. Because it's harder to track with the air in the gym, the sideways motion, you get more aces with that. Unless you hit a jump topspin serve extremely hard like we see with Bertolino.
What level of success do you think you have to have in terms of, like at what point is it worth the risk, I suppose, or worth the effort and the time to learn how to do that?
You just have to see a player that can hit it with
Have a knack
pace.
for it, yeah.
So a lot of times that is the hitter.
Okay.
Very rarely do you see, and I want to say Coach Collier played back in the day. I think she was a jump top spin server as well. She hit it with pace. But yes, it's the pace that you hit off the ball. And we saw Bergman, Julia Bergman, first team All-American for Georgia Tech, jump float. She could hit the ball really hard, but she had placement in the way she was 6'5", the angle you hit it. Her jump float was much harder to track on serve receive.
Eloise Suarez serving. And a slide attempt that time. That set just a touch too tall for Simone Woodard. Georgia Tech in control. And they have not lost back-to-back matches at home since October of 2021. That was against Notre Dame and Louisville. And the first kill of the afternoon for Demi Awujobi. Awujobi from Hampstead, New York.
Great swing off the net. Diaz first running down. Awujobi making the adjustment, keeping it off the net.
Still trying to see where she might fit in this Howard rotation. You know, she had 22 kills in the first match of the season against Georgetown. Admittedly, Howard was down some players due to injury. She's on the cusp of breaking into this group, but right now she'll step out to the side. And Gabby Allen coming in. First time we've seen her this afternoon as well. Freshman from Laurel, Maryland. And Deandra Pierce, the transfer from Texas, wins that battle at the net.
Pierce doing a good job making her presence known on the block. You love to see her get that block. Hopefully she gets some little offense going as well.
Raya McKinnon. We really can't talk about her enough. She was a gymnast when she was growing up, Keely, and ultimately she just grew to be too tall to compete at the level she wanted to in gymnastics. And figured, okay, well, volleyball's a nice alternative. That height actually might be to my advantage in this sport.
And all Howard fans say thank you for growing right there. She does a great job of having that body control, probably with gymnastics and just being a great athlete, can make that adjustment. On that shot, looking like she's going cross, taking it line. Beautifully done.
And right down the pipe, Deandra Pierce. More middle action for Georgia Tech.
She heard me say, hopefully she can get some offense going. And her setter, Suarez, says, yes, I heard you. Give the ball right to Pierce for the kill.
She had 4 kills last night, 4 kills today. Not a single error on the attack for Pierce today. Diaz, McKinnon's blocked there by Mogridge. Point Tech.
Mogridge putting up a 6'4" wall, does a great job. She's a transfer from UNC in her sophomore season, has a great volleyball IQ, understanding how to control the net in that middle blocker position.
She was an all-ACC freshman team selection last year at Carolina. It was her father's alma mater. He played football for the Tar Heels for 4 years, but she was attracted to Georgia Tech and having a chance to play for Coach Collier.
You know, it's one thing when we talk about the education at Howard, you look at the education at Georgia Tech, playing college volleyball is so much more than just volleyball. It's your degree for life. So a lot of times when you find a school that matches your degree that you want for your life, sometimes you just account for a transfer.
Anya Manyang. The point belongs to Georgia Tech. It just caught the line, I believe. Alfredo Manyang will head back to the bench.
Great swing on that. Manyang going up. Suarez giving her a good one. Cutting that ball. You saw the line judge called it out, but it was the up official overruled to call that ball in.
Arlene Hughes there at the up. Mendez stuffed. But the point not over yet. Bertolino trying to go line. Gotta bump it over. Good pass, good set, and just wide on the swing.
That was a great contact by Mendez, just taking it a little to the right, but you love to see the out-of-system play and a solid right-side attack. Even it was missed, but nice job.
So Dami Awujobi coming in again. And the point belongs to Georgia Tech.
And guess who's back? We got 6 more rotations and get her back. Bianca Bertolino, let's see what you can do on that serve. One of the best in the nation to do it.
Awujobi just long on that swing.
And you saw that serve-receive move by Simpson. It's a cushion move. I retract with your arms. You try to cut off a hard ball, and then right at the contact, you try to cushion it back to take the pace off.
And it's Bertolino back at the line. D'Amico to the middle, Mogridge. A little out of system there for Howard. Point Georgia Tech. And Coach Kupferberg wants a timeout.
And it's all about in-conference play. Who can figure out the chess part of the game faster and communicate it with your teammates to pull off those conference wins.
So that was Howard's final timeout. Bertolino, see if it breaks up a rhythm this time. Not so fortunate. But Jen Bolden trying to unload a big swing. Awujobi can't get it to fall. Mendez, there's a point for the Jackets, hitting the NIVC banner.
Mendez so fast with her arm. Remember how she hit that one shot right before wide? She wanted that line shot back because she knew it was open. That one with precision right down the line.
Bertolino again. Man, that was tight to the net, wasn't it? I tell you what, that serve receive worked just fine there, and Maya Gerlach flushed it.
On that play right there, you just found the Howard fans in the stands. Everybody lit up in the stands, and yes, we got a side out. Beautifully done, going to Gerlach in the middle by Diaz.
And Claire Simpson serving. You know, Coach Kupferberg's pretty clear about it. She has to be a leader for them defensively if they want to be a good team this year, and we've seen that today from Simpson. Otene, wow. Point Tech.
Otene does a great job when that ball's slightly inside and low. She has great vision, but she likes to keep the ball in front of her to have the vision to work around the block.
And now it'll be Zoe Winford. First time she's appeared in a match this weekend. And a big swing from Jen Bolden. I think if you're Howard, you've been really excited about what Jen Bolden's been able to do today.
And the confidence you saw Diaz moving forward on the set to reverse it to Bolden, knowing that she was going to give her a seam. Great set and delivery for the kill.
Yeah, Bolden's got 8 kills and she's hitting .333. It's critical that Howard has another option beyond Ryan McKinnon offensively, and Bolden, preseason all-conference selection, playing like it here. And the attack long. Georgia Tech did not get the hands. Coach Michelle Collier going immediately for the challenge card.
It looked like there's always one court captain, which is D'Amico, number 10 for Georgia Tech. But 4 of the players for Georgia Tech walked up and looked at the up official like, the line just called touch, but we'll ask our coach to use her challenge card. That was funny.
Let's take a look at it. You see Coach Collier wants to see her group finish this match strong. They're poised to pick up their 8th win of the season. Coach Kupferberg, there you can see his assistant as well. That would be Phil Evans, who's actually an Atlanta native out of Dutchtown High School, so homecoming for him.
Oh yeah, looked like the left hands of setter Diaz on the motion. That ball's going right over her index finger and middle finger.
Yep.
With the touch.
Looks like we have a ruling. And it is overturned. Point Tech. And Georgia Tech gets another side out. They've had over a 70% side out percentage today, Keely.
Yeah, the serve and pass game for Georgia Tech, that attention to detail to come back. What we saw yesterday, this is much improved. And Georgia Tech using their double sub in the 6-2 offense, getting Suarez in, Mangyang on the right side, adding more offensive play.
Eloisa Suarez Freshman setter serving. And Simone Woodard. I'm telling you, I think you like what you've seen between Simone Woodard, who's got 4 kills and a block, and then Jen Bolden. Some nice compliments to Ryan McKinnon, who's had just 5 kills today. She's been held to single-digit kills only once in her last 17 matches dating back to last year. She's not been as successful in scoring for Howard this afternoon, as that goes wide of the pin, and the point belongs to Georgia Tech.
Great kill on that by Georgia Tech, but Howard is solid if they can pass. So you can pass, you have Diaz running the offense, you have really good options. You get the middle involved with what we saw with Woodard, getting involved, and then McKinnon on the outside, pretty hard to stop. But it's the passing game, what you just saw. McKinnon shaking that ball off. If you can't pass, not much of offense you can run.
Well, that was the first thing Coach Kupferberg said on our call with him this week. He said, we got to pass better. We've got a lot of nice pieces. We've got a lot of things we can do. But if we don't improve our passing, we're not going to be able to get to any of that good stuff. And that'll be a focus, I'm sure, for him continuing into next week. Another overpass. Nice block, Kayla Diaz.
Yes.
5th year's been around the block zone.
Get up, Diaz. This is not her first rodeo. She knows the opposing team loves to go over the shorter setter of all the blockers, but when you own the court, elbows at the net, that's how you get up and thump down a ball.
Pretty sure if they put me on a 10-foot ladder, my elbows wouldn't be at the net.
Yeah, I'm kissing like my wrist at this age.
Deandra Pierce with the point for the Jackets, and they can sense their 8th victory of the season here, 3 points away.
Nice job, Pierce, coming in, owning the net, getting the offense going. You're going to see that more and more as the setter middle connections improves throughout the season. Pierce, Mogridge, going to get a lot more attempts.
Transfer from Texas, national championship team a year ago. Getting a chance to play a little more, though, here in Atlanta. Paula Pimentel. Manyang! She had the best look at it and fists it down on the far line.
You watch this Georgia Tech team and you almost wonder, maybe a 6-2 might be your best offense. Manyang comes in every single time. She owns the net on her block and then comes up with kills offensively. You'd love to see that with a player that's been on the bench a majority of the match come in and get some points for her team.
This weekend so far, Kaylee, Manyang, 9 kills, no errors on just 13 attacks.
Yeah, you got to think of those stats as a coach, and I'm sure Coach Collier is like, hey, let's go to that 6-2 today.
See what it looks like. Suarez back to Manyang, and another kill. She's been automatic, and it's match point.
And another one, going at it, Manyang, way to come back, and then you're being rewarded with some service action on match point. Great job.
So Apero Manyang, transfer from TCU, trying to win the match for the Jackets, and she does so in style. Georgia Tech sweeps Howard. They get their 8th win of the season, and Smiley with a walk-off ace.